Sasa singesema 2500 neke kama ni expensive. Neke ni kama ni expensive, eh? But you need to sell ya 250. Ni gani hiyo unatumia? Yenye natumia? This one. You've seen me with this all the time. I think I started using this I've used this for so many times. For such a long time. I have them in my car. I have them in the offices. I have them everywhere. Like everywhere you go, you find this thing. And it's 30 bob. And I get them from Naivas. Nikienda shopping, I grab, tap. Narusha kwa bag. I can remember my last interview in Kisii. I was asking only 3 things. And after 1 week, you received. Alright, so libamu yangu itakuwa ya 25 lakini anaweza uzia na 250. Itakuwa on offer for 250 by Miss Lee. Ukienda for your Chinese restaurant, they give them for free. Haina shida Jesse. Ni sawa. You know, you're allowed to say that because leo nimekuchekelea sana. Looking for a remote CSR job. I have experience from an international company. Drop your CV with Miss Lai. Let me look at it. That is if I have not revamped it. Yeah, Jess, you got away with that one. Yeah, so what was I saying? There was something I was saying before I got disrupted by the Nibam. There's something I was saying about interviews. Review. I will review CVs free of charge. Just send them to my number 0702 622 961. There's something I was saying about interviews just before I got disrupted. I don't know. Imeenda. Hi Nelson, this is what happens when you're my age. It's inaendaga too. I have several of them. I can give you some. I would appreciate, by the way. I would appreciate them sana. The only challenge is that once you drop them, they break, alafu nabaki na ipat. In fact, let's niwachekeshe guys. I have this lip balm everywhere, but they all don't have covers. Yeah, we drop them, they break. So I need a good one though. Mimi nikikuja kwako, fisha hiyo kitu, naweza rusha kwa mdomo. Ikidhani umeangukia matunda. I agree, that's true. I agree. Look. Oh wow. Jobs in construction industry. Come tomorrow. I'll be sharing them kesho. Come tomorrow. As a community development, please, I will. I'll share them tomorrow also, Magre. I will, kesho. There's something I was saying about interviews. I don't know how to leave a conversation katikati. So, inanisumbua because I wanted to say something. But anyway, to everybody that has an interview kesho and that may have an interview next week, I wish you the very best. So, keep practicing. Simama mbele ya kioo, practice. Assume that uko mbele ya recruiter. Jiuliza maswali kwa kichwa, jibu. You know, get yourself ready. Get yourself ready. You may have a good CV, have a good certificate, be able to get shortlisted, but you don't know how to sell yourself. When ikifika time ya interview, everybody becomes a salesperson. Okay? Everyone is a salesperson in an interview. Okay? And at that point, it's the best person that wins, or the best salesperson that wins. Okay? The best person not the best salesperson on that day that wins. So you have to become a salesperson. That is, lazima ujue kuuza skills zako. You must understand your CV very well, number 1. Number 2, look at the environment. Nani ana interview? Anaweza kuwa anatafuta nini? What does this position require? Kuna soft skills na hard skills, ndio? Soft skills za hii kazi ni gani? Remember, unaweza kuwa na soft skills lakini soft skills zako don't fit a certain position. What I'm saying is, if you're a cashier somewhere, let me say an accountant, not even, if you're or maybe sales, if you're too soft, rather if you're too like, I don't know if you guys would get what I mean, that there's some soft skills that do not fit some positions, okay? Soft skills za cashier haziwezi kuwa the same as a salesperson. Salesperson must be nice because they're selling. A cashier must be tough because they want payment. Alright? Security, soft skills zake haziwezi kuwa the same as a salesperson. Sindio? So get to know who you are, where you are, what position it is. Look at the environment. What exactly are they looking for? Angalia competitors wako. Wanakaa aje. sindio, wanakaa aje. Talk to them talk to the recruiter, get them to let you know what exactly they're looking for in that position. That is when they ask you for questions, or even if they don't ask you for any question, just have the questions ready. Go in ready to learn, ready to learn about the company, number one, about the position, all right? And also it's okay to ask if there are any other positions available, okay? It's okay to ask. Like, create a conversation, let there be a rapport. Ingia pale mpaka, make yourself memorable. Ukishaenda interview, ufreeze, jiulize ndani ya roho, what's the worst that could happen? If you decide to just be bold today, what's the worst that could happen? Keep pressing, dear. I've sent more than 100. I've applied more than 50 jobs. Na reply, no feedback. Puri, tuma CV, let me review. Sindio, let me review. And number 2, we don't stop. We don't give up. We don't give up. So I was saying, if you go into an interview and it lasts less than 5 minutes, I'll tell you for a fact you failed. Imagine you failed. Do you guys agree with me? Ama mnakataa? Ukiingia interview ufanye for 5 minutes na utoke. Do you believe umefail ama umepata? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Maje just said it. Umeimaliza, umefunika na ukamaliza. Nasema when you freeze, you are interviewed for 5 minutes, wanaachana na wewe because unawawastea time. Yeah, it's just like when you have someone who's arrogant and you're trying to get maybe answers from them and they cannot talk to you. So you realize that no matter what you say, you can't create a rapport. There's no interaction. If you ever do 5 minutes interview, do you guys agree? Amjadijibu 5 minutes interview umepata ama umefail? 5 minutes interview umepata ama umefail? The longer the interview, the better. Nobody wants to let go of a good relationship. There are people that you meet on the first day and you're like, oh my God, where have you been? Where have you been? And I want to get to know more. I want to get to hear more. I want to know if you fit the role better, Yes, the longer the interview, ukiona mtu ameingia mbele yako ameenda more than 20-30 minutes. And it's okay to be afraid. Enyelo naza ovyo. Umefail. I've done 3 minutes in a bank panel ya 7 people. Oh my God. Okay, that was bad, Miss Lee. In a panel of 7 people and 3 minutes. Ouch. Yeah, that was bad. The longer the interview, the better. Sawa. Yeah, so usiogope hata mtu akikaa 20 minutes. They could be looking for 3, 4, 5 people. Just be yourself. Go sell your skills. Sell your skills, but understand your CV and get ready to speak it out, talk to them. They're human beings. It's a fail. Nishaifanya 5 minutes nikitoka, I knew they'll never call me again. Yeah, we always know. We always know. I did ya 40 to 50 minutes kutoka. Others were asking me, kwani wanauliza maswali gani hizo? Yeah, that's true. Every interview that I've done that has gone longer, I had a desk the next day. So yeah, if you, and what's interesting is you prepare for an interview very well. You're ready. You have the answers. You know what they're gonna ask, and then you get to the interview. They ask the same question, the simplest of them all, but you cannot even respond. Sindio? So fight that fear. And then you have to fight it is stand in front of a mirror and respond to this question. Let it become so normal. Let it become so normal that it just gets into any conversation that you are in. Ask your colleagues to interview you. Ask your husband. Ask your, sisters. Wasumbue. Train. You have to train to be better. Sindio? Yes. Na kama uli fail, it's okay. We move on. And we get another interview, sindio? Yeah, pole. And usijali kama ikuwa yako, haikuwa yako. Kama ni yako, ni yako. Yes. And I can tell you, mimi kwanza waliniambia we call you hapo, nikajua kuna kunicall watanicall. Yes. Piga interview hadi wakuletee chai. Yes, it's so easy to say it, but it's also tough. And let me tell you, we all very good. Trust me, we are all very good. But challenge ni communication. challenge ni communications. Haujui tu kuongea, ama una freeze, ama unajiuliza what can I say, ni makosa nikisema hivi. Usijali, wewe uliza. You'd rather say something stupid than not say anything. I was interviewed for 6 minutes by clueless interviewers. I asked if there was someone else in the panel. Ha, pretty boy, that's arrogance. That's arrogance. How do you ask if there's someone else to ask the questions? Ha, pretty boy. Eric, that's arrogance. Don't do that in an interview. Yeah, but there's something I always insist. While you're getting interviewed, also interview them. Okay? Don't fall for horrible employment environment. And you can tell from the beginning. You can tell well at the interview if the place is conducive or not. Hata ukiingia kwa gate, you can tell. You can always tell kama hii place unaweza fanya kazi. So while they're interviewing you, watch them, learn from them. Trust me, by the guys, if you can't click with an interviewer, if you don't click with an interviewer at the interview, then that's not a place to work. If you have no common goals, that's not a place to work. Ukifeel damu yako na yake imekataa, kataa tu kazi. Kataa tu kazi. Kandi Nyawe, can I chat you on WhatsApp? Of course. Nyambu, I've never had you share HIV testing, counselor jobs. Have you ever come across them? Yes, I have. I share them. I do. I share them. Yes, I do. Nataka kuamsha kiburi ya interviewer. English was Englishing during an interview. I was like, hapa ni wapi? Now that's good. Kama ilikuwa inatoka, that's good. Have questions during the interview. Ask them about their shifts. Yes. Company goals, their visions, etc. Yeah, interview them. Waulize maswali. Yeah, after all, the worst they could do is not give you a job. And if you're not guaranteed of a job, so what's the worst that could happen? Ask them. Alafu hata ukitoka hapo, do you know, by the way, by the time you're done with an interview, recruiter ubaki akiuliza, maje tell me kama hii ni kweli. Mtu ubaki akisema, by the ule wa pili. If I don't connect with you at the interview, I'll be left asking my team with the second person, who was she? The third person, I'm like, do you remember the second person you interviewed? I'm like, oh my God, I don't even recall alikuwa nakaa aje. Honestly. But I'll tell them on the spot, I'm taking number 2 and I'm taking number 3. I already know their name and I can remember things that they said at the interview. Like by the time I'm done, in fact, for me, when I spot you, I can tell if I'm going to hire you. When you speak, I'll tell you if I'm going to hire you. On the spot, I know. And most recruiters are the same. They know. And that's when ingaga interview unafanya 5 minutes unatoka. Because wanaona huyu azi. Wewe tuenda. Mwingine we tuenda. Mwingine anakaa 1 hour. Why? Because they can tell. They want to hear. They're interested. You're giving them something. You're telling them something they want to hear. So they'll listen, You create a conversation. But ukishaingia unaambiwa kwa heri ni sawa, acha tukupigie ama wapate tu reason. It's late, we have to eat, or it's okay, we're gonna call you for more. And then also, by the way, if the recruiter tells you that this was just a matter of getting to know you, this is the first interview, we just wanted to get to know you today, then we shall call you for a proper interview. Hapo juu umechezwa, hapo imeishia tu hapo. Sasa tumechezwa. You're not what they're looking for on the spot. They're not going to call you. They will not call you. But if they engage you, at the end tell you that they're going to communicate at a certain time, yeah, they will. But wakipatia reason, imeisha. Hii imeenda. They admitted they'll need to call me later. Of course, I was called for the job. Left 3 months. Interesting. Why did you leave after 3 months? I'm in a panel, only the CEO director is asking questions, others are quiet. That's a red flag. Yes. Kweli. Kipata tu kuna mmoja mwenye anakaa hivi demeaning alafu anauliza maswali peke yake. Ai, brother. Toka tu. Have questions? Yes. You guys are good. I've told you this before, guys. I've sat in interviews and when someone speaks, I'm like, huyo ni wanyawe. Huyo ni walevi ya nyawe. Because of the way people answer questions, I'm like, oh my God. And that moment is really proud. You may attend interviews, you don't see me, but if I haven't told you something, I attend most interviews, but you'll never see me. But I can see you. I do attend, but in most cases you don't find me on the panel. That's how I do my job. Most of the companies, when they contract me for interviews, you'll not see me, but I'll be watching you from a room or from the camera, just listening to you, and I'll be in a position to tell you if umepata. And I've been in a room of interviews that I looked at someone, I was like, hizo maswali vile najibu huyu ni mtu wangu. Then I tell them after, and they're like, oh yeah, they came from Nyawera. Others HRs hate us already. Akimaje, hate is a strong word. HRs hate us already. All right, so shall we sleep? Let's sleep. For the people going for interviews, enjoy. Remember to ask the questions. Remember to dress up well, show up, go there, be there on time. Usiende kuamsha, please. Fika at least 30 minutes before time, you know. And I wish you the very best. Sindio? Never attended even a single interview. Fitafugo. Out of choice, I hope. Based on the interview, what's the probability of getting hired? This question. Based on the interview, what's the probability of getting hired? Are you asking if it's okay to ask that question? Alicia K? Is that a question? Or are you asking if you ask that question, if that's okay? Yeah, it's okay. I love interviewees who will ask me after the interview, how did I perform? And I'm very honest. Mimi nitakwambia tu kweli. My live tomorrow is going to be at 10 a.m. So I'll be in the office in the morning. By 10, I'll be on this desk. It's the best way to end your interview. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mimi kwanza, tell us about yourself. This question, that is the easiest question anyone will ever tell you. And that question is simply to gauge your confidence and how well you understand yourself. As simple as that. And basically, it's confidence. Tell us about yourself. It's the easiest question. I haven't attended any interviews. How now fast? Never. Imanenu tutaangalia. First chat me. I know I have your CV. Sana, how will you... I don't understand. How will you dash ask that? Sadie, I don't understand. You left out something. How will you answer that? Based on this interview, how did I perform? Hey, wrong question to ask me. Wrong question to ask me, because I'll tell you the truth. I don't know how to pretend. I'm very easy and I'm very gentle. I'm very gentle. I choose my words very well. Very, very well. I've been careless sometimes, I've been careless sometimes, but I choose my words. There's something I say, I'm like, oh my God, did I have to say it? But I try as much as I can, but I will never lie to you. I'll not tell you that you did very well. Kama kufanya vizuri, I'll tell you the truth. Yes, you tried, but I think this and this didn't stand out for me. You need to work on ABCD, and I think it's okay to be honest, because how are you gonna learn if the recruiters don't tell you the truth? Sindio? But it's okay kuambia mtu ukweli. Yeah, it's okay kuambia mtu ukweli, but in a very gentle way. Usiambia mtu tu ukweli yawe enda sijui nini. No, don't, because the recruiters are also very arrogant. Don't be arrogant. Be nice, because also uji mtu amebeba burdens gani. Unazongelesha mtu anaanza kulia. Yeah. Uji burdens za mtu ni zipi? Uji mtu ametafuta kazi miaka ngapi? So it's good to be honest, but also be careful on words. I'm very careful with words, even with, I think with everyone that knows me, even my employees will tell you, I'm very careful with words. If you've worked for me, you know that's true. I'm very careful with my words, but I'm very honest as it is. I'm very honest, and I love wale nosy bosses. You know those nosy bosses? I want to know everything. I want to be your friend. Maybe I'm a friend to all my staff, all of them. I want to get to know them so that at least I know what's happening in your life. Because if you're messed up, then I'm messed up. If you're happy, I'm happy, you know? Yes. If you're okay, I'm okay. If you have a challenge, I have a challenge. Because kesho utakuja a job, then what happens to my office? Do you get it? Yeah. So, I'm not nosy, but I think it's intelligent. Anyway, so acha tuache mlale. How do you answer? Tell us about yourself. Hii swali, Nora, kuja kwa live ya kesho. I'll give you 3, 4, 5 people that will attempt that, and also come and attempt it. Kuja kwa live ya kesho. I'll try start the live early, then we have enough time to talk about that. Tell us about yourself. But if you want to learn how to respond, I've done this before, I think twice or thrice here. If you want to do this, come kesho kwa live ya kesho. You will learn. Sendo. Wacha tukalale. My former would even call us names in front of guests. I used to cry daily. Wewe unasema hivyo fast. There is this company I worked for. They would never call anyone by their names. They would call people by the extension number. Number 307, number 332. So I was a HR, but they would refer people by, Ruth can tell you because I worked with her, they would call you by the extension number. So I'm the HR, but they're telling me, you know, number 307 never did this, and you're like, sasa number 307. Unaweza kutafuta number. Number 42, leave that one alone. So, yeah, but it is life, sindo? Life too. Kesho ni sangapi? Kesho let's do it at 10 a.m. 10 to 10:30 nitakuwa hapa, ikiwezekana even mapema. So from 9:30 to 10:30 anytime naweza ingia. Aki, I'm missing a lot night shift Aki. No, it's okay. Fanya job. Shara, fanya kazi. You know I'm energetic because sijafanya live yote leo. That's why, but wacha tulale. I'm missing. All right guys, so enjoy your sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys. Miss you Nyawe. Miss you too Anjala. I'm right here. I'm right here. All right guys. Good night. See you tomorrow. Night Imani. Good night Nora. Blessed night Jessie. McGray. Good night. Good night. God bless you. Thank you Karochebi. Amen. Good night Majay. Mulale salama. I'll see you tomorrow. Lala poa. Asante Lily. And Agas, as well as Faye, Chaurembo, and all of you. Good night.